Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Avi, and today I will be playing your lovely little, walking, talking doll, Revati. And joining me today is my wonderful, dearest Sib, who I love so very much, who is so very funny, who has amazing ideas, who has very good art, who I adore playing with every day.
Mwah.
Mwah.
I love you too, my beloved. I take all you have and I toss it back at you. I keep some of it for myself, do not worry, but I'm reflecting it upon you. And then in the opposite energy of my beloved, kind friend, hi, I'm Spec, your spectral haunts. I'm going to be playing your worst nightmare. A child. A teenage child.
Oh, God. Sorry, I got jump scared by Maki showing up out of nowhere. I thought she left the room.
Sorry. Let me rephrase that. Your second worst fear. Your first fear is actually a cat.
My first fear is Maki jumping out of the box.
One of these days, Maki's just gonna do it, and none of us are gonna be ready.
I mean, it has happened on our party.
More than we aren't ready already. We're just gonna hear the sound of screaming and then silence.
Spec, you were there in that game when that happened.
I know, but you came back. One of these days.
All right.
And then I get to play your characters.
No,
I'm joking. No, I'll start performing some rituals, bring you back. You got
a Revivify scroll on you.
No, but I can steal one, I bet.
All right, we're playing an FPS today.
Yes, we are. I know. I'm so. You put me in an FPS, and then put me with my least focused character in an FPS.
So fucking valid. Hey, speaking of.
What is Timmy? What? Speaking of?
Speaking of, Timmy.
Timmy, Yukon.
Timmy.
A legend. A kind soul. A hero to some. A menace to others.
Everyone else.
Our story begins.
You're on a train.
I forgot how chaotic he is because he just handed me I should bike the train, and I'm remembering how much of Timmy runs on intrusive thoughts. I forgot how completely unhinged this child is.
Bite the train?
Yes, he handed me I should bite the train. Impulsive, not intrusive. Thank you, Gallery, for helping me clarify.
I don't think you should do that.
Yeah, he's not going to, but I needed you to realize that was the first thing he handed me. It was, train.
Specifically, you're on a train from Crowhelm back to Villestown. How you doing?
He's vibing. He's doing pretty chill. He doesn't go to Crowhelm very often, and he doesn't really do much there, but it is his home. He's got people to see, things to do, visits to places, scams to create,
Maki,
the usual.
Just let you are out. Are you out? Dumbass cat. All right, continue.
Maki and Timmy exist on the same brain level. Yes, as the gallery points out, say hi to his dad. Proceeds to turn around and try and not get caught as he scams people right next to his dad. As people do. But he's on his way back. He's had his nice weekend of fun, and he has to head back to Villestown to make sure none of his brothers are being stupid or letting the plot run them over, because let's be honest, he is the closest any of them ever have to sanity, which is a very, very sad and low bar.
Yeah. Well,
Well, what's your boy doing?
Well, sorry, I'm reading the gallery. You got fucking damn it, I love
y'all. They're killing me.
My boy, is finally on his way to Villestown after staying in Crowhelm for a little bit, probably like doing a little bit of searching around the area. You know how it is. He's decided to finally make his way to Villestown and try to pick up his searching, around there.
Don't judge me. No, it isn't. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I hate you. I hate you.
She is a T.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I'm thinking about tea. I had tea yesterday, like actual proper tea, and now it's just in the back of my head. Let us continue.
All right. I think, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's either taken a seat somewhere and is just, like, either reading a book or scribbling into his own notebook. Spell book. Because he's a wizard. Meanwhile, Timmy, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this now, Avi. Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how chaotic do you want this to be?
This guy's from a Mario game.
Sweet. I need a perception check.
Alright. Oh, fuck, I forgot what dice did I use for this guy?
We may not have had a plan, but I got struck by brilliance.
Alright. Well, let me find the dice set. It's the one thing I wasn't prepared with. Alright. It's a mid-roll. What was your perception? Alright.
That makes it even funnier. All you hear is the sound of, like, walking. And then a bunch of gooses just run past you on the train. And, like, a bunch of birds in the air flying. And let me roll something real quick.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. It gets so much better.
I don't know if it can... I don't know if it can get better. These are geese.
There's suddenly a boy sitting next to you on the inside of the train, like not towards this thing. Somehow somebody has, in this moment of pure chaos, ended up next to the window, sitting next to you, and just goes, "Shh, quiet."
He kind of raises a brow to you and kind of like looks further out the the walkway.
You see two train guards run past you, like just straight past you.
Okay.
Chasing after the geese into another cart.
Okay. I think what he's going to do is, like, right before the train guards are, like, about to pass their seat, he hands, let's actually roll a hammer space for this. Because I think it would be funny. Why did I close this? I already had it open. Okay, that's a 5. He pulls out a book on astronomy, opens it to like a random page, and like holds it up for the guy to take so he can like duck his head behind it.
I'm gonna I'm gonna roll some. He does, and it works. It works very well. But oh, nice! I rolled an intelligence on that to see if he has any idea what you just handed him. And as the guards run by, he kind of just slowly lowers it and then looks down at the book. Yeah, good taste.
Thanks. Should I ask what that is all about?
Legally, probably not. Makes you then guilty through association if I do get caught, which I won't, but you know.
You snuck onto the train, didn't you?
Oh no, I didn't sneak onto the train. But I just sneak stuff onto the train. It's a different, slight difference there.
Uh-huh.
Timmy. And he just very casually extends a hand.
Right, Timmy. And he's gonna shake your hand. Well, actually, he's gonna check look over his hand first, and then and then he's gonna shake your hand, and he says, "You can call me Revati."
Nice to meet you, Revati. You're pretty chill. You like the stars? And he pulls away his hand.
I should hope so.
I'm gonna roll.
Like geese.
Nah, not the biggest fan, but they're really good for making a distraction. I normally try to stick to more like pigeons and doves and crows, a bit more my speciality, but the geese did better in a pinch. Somebody had some in one of the lowest in the back carts when the guards were starting to try and search, so I just, let them loose. A couple of them picked up some knives, and I'm pretty sure I'll be fine on. Nothing could go wrong there. Who ever heard of problems with geese and knives?
I think this would be fun to tell you. You're already making my first experience on a train very interesting.
Oh, it's your first time on a train? Well, sit back, relax, enjoy the views. And he kind of just dramatically waves at the window. As you can see, on this side, we have fields. And if you look onto the other side, we have fields. But just you wait. Give it a minute, and you might see a couple of trees.
It's a bit more scenic than taking the teleportation circle, I'll give you that.
Yeah, definitely is. And I think that's a little bit more relaxing, fun. Plus, teleportation circles, they can get so busy. And no, this is just, it's classy.
Sometimes they can miss.
Yeah. Yeah, but as long as you don't end up in a pit somewhere, I'm pretty sure there's nothing wrong with a teleporter.
Do you always get into chaos like that?
I'm gonna guess it's to no, but I just gotta make sure you're not like a narc or anything, right?
I mean, I didn't turn you into the train guards.
Perfect. Then yeah, no, this is pretty normal for me.
He does kind of like chuckle at that.
You kind of get the trick. Listen, everyone's got their special brand of fun, and for me, it's a little bit of chaos there, a little bit of chaos here, and
like sneaking geese onto a train.
I did not sneak the geese onto the train. Somebody else had them here legally. I simply freed their spirits from the confines of society.
God, I wish he had, like, something to drink from, because he really did just hand me, like, taking a sip out of a cup and, like, raising a brow at Timmy.
I'm so sorry, Revati, that this is the chaos you have to experience.
So what did you sneak on board?
Oh, explosives.
Brows shoot upwards.
Don't worry.
Like, bombs, or?
Technically, they're fireworks.
Technically.
Well, you see, once you reach a certain level of firepower, unless you are, good at your job, it's, it could be a little harder to describe as fireworks.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I know somebody who had a stash, and, well, now what are my hands on them? Also be really funny whenever he realizes they're missing.
Sorry, I just saw the gallery too.
I can imagine his face already. Red like a cherry. Steam out of them ears.
So this is either a rival or a sibling.
Sibling. Older brother.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. You got any siblings?
No, but one of my best friends has a younger brother, and they get into stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah, so you get it. The rivalry between brothers is something which cannot quite be described. Unless, of course, you describe it, but we're not going to do that for the sake of my metaphor. Or phrase or whatever.
Philosophy.
Come on, you can't. There we go. That's the word. Smart person. I like you even more now.
Raises a brow again.
What? I can respect a person with brains. I don't get a lot of that in my household.
Timmy!
I warned you, Abby. I warned you.
No, I love him so much. He really did just call all his brothers stupid.
Timmy, boys, I'll admit I don't have it either. But none of us have a combination of wisdom or intelligence. Have you seen the nonsense we get into?
Oh, God.
Timmy, boys, I don't care what they may say, and no matter how smart they may act, I've seen the nonsense they get into.
God, it's...
I'm so sorry, Gallery. He will take one look at Camille and then just point at him and go social life, and then just not elaborate.
Ugh. Right. Revati's just like going to like flip the page in his little spell book thing and start writing down some stuff. So stop interacting with the audience, bonks you.
I'm still interacting with you. Timmy took over for a second. He had a bully.
Alright.
Listen, I started my time in Draft House playing Tome, a follower of Pritch.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. I will never be able to lose my inability to not interact with the gallery.
No, that's fair. God, what was he going to say?
You had him flipping through the book.
Yeah, he was flipping through his book, and, like, he was writing something down. May or may not be a note to self. And he's just like, so you snuck explosives on the train, and I'm just expected to not tell anyone, huh?
Well, yeah, because if you tell them, then you gotta admit that you helped me hide. And then you're guilty through association, so, unless you want to go down the gutter with me.
It kind of looks him over.
What? You can trust me. It's just not a face you can trust. He kind of makes little puppy dog eyes.
That's the face of someone who knows how to get out of trouble.
Exactly. What else do you need in this situation?
Maybe a plan.
I got a plan. I find the explosives and I hop off whenever I get to Villestown.
Find.
Well, you see, I was kind of in a rush to hide them, and I don't actually remember where in the carts I put them. Yeah, that's what I was looking for whenever the guards walked in, and then I had to do there's a whole chasing thing, the geese, the knives. There's at least one point where I had to deal with an actual problem. Gosh, do you know how many puzzle pieces are in a puzzle box? You knock over one puzzle piece, and then a kid starts getting upset at you, and then you have to start putting them all together. Meanwhile, there's geese everywhere, there's birds on top. It's chaotic.
Usually they
One,
say how many puzzle pieces are in a puzzle on the box.
you think I checked that?
Based on what little I know of you, no.
Exactly. Keep the expectations realistic. This way I can keep surpassing them. And it gives like a little finger guns.
So you lost fireworks on the train. How do you know somebody just didn't take them?
Because I don't.
I love Timmy so much.
I'm glad.
Alright. He's going to take his book back from Timmy and puts that in his hammer space. By the way, his hammer space is like in his hat. He's wearing like a wizard's hat and he just like shoves it up in there.
Oh, sweet.
By the way, this guy is completely made of wood, as far as you can tell. Definitely tuned, but still wooden.
You gonna be okay?
What? Me? Why?
Are you? You're not flammable, right?
Oh, I am definitely flammable, but that's fine.
Eh, you're going willingly. I ain't ain't the person to kind of stop people, especially in Inkwell. Who tries to stop people in Inkwell? That just makes people go twice as hard. It's like nobody ever learns anything about tropes in this country.
Right. He kind of like does the same thing with his spell book, like puts the like pen I like as a bookmark in it and like just shove it into his hammer space too, and then he's just gonna stand up and he's just like, where'd you last put it?
Last had them in the luggage cart, all the way towards the back.
Is that where is that where the guards came from?
Yeah, they hurt. They kind of realized that I snuck in there because you see, I wasn't supposed to be in the luggage cart. I'll admit that I did sneak onto the luggage cart. I actually bought a plane ticket. Actually, not a plane. I actually bought a train ticket. Okay, like that's considered buying. Yeah, I bought a train ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So like I did that part legally.
Mm-hmm.
And but like I couldn't exactly just hand them the fireworks because like if anything happens to them, one, I get in trouble, and I do not need my perfect squeaky clean record to be harmed like that. And then two, my brother would pop a blood vessel, and he is already so stressed. I don't think he needs any more gray. He already has way too much in his wings.
The audience would like to inform you that he would be thrown into a lake.
Timmy would yell cannonball as he goes down.
Revati just kind of lets out a sigh, and he goes, "You know what? You kind of remind me of someone." Anyway, and he kind of...
Is that a good thing? I'm hoping that's a good thing.
He pointedly does not answer.
Backstory. And he just very casually pats her body on the back. Don't worry, I won't interrogate you. Though we are heading to Villestown, so I do have to warn you about the detectives there. They have zero respect for personal space and boundaries, so never drop anything that might possibly hint towards sadness, backstory, or really any sort of regret, because they will grill you that stuff. They have no understanding of personal boundaries. I mean, who doesn't understand personal boundaries? He says he's has an arm wrapped around you.
Right. So out of character. So I'm understanding this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm understanding correctly, the guards ran from the luggage cart and further down, further towards the front of the... Okay.
They're heading towards the front, chasing after the lost geese and birds. Because there were some doves there and pigeons. They were taking up the airspace so that the entire place was covered. And then Timmy just casually slid next to you while they ran past. So they're all up front. The back is all nice and safe.
All right, cool.
And guard free.
Yeah. So I think Revati is going to go towards the back of the cart and try to get through.
Timmy just kind of casually follows and then opens the door dramatically to show the outside of the train where the two carts are connected, shaking. Mm-hmm. After you, my good sir. Yeah. Sir or ma'am or mix, which would you prefer?
Any works.
Sweet.
He's going to hold down his hat and step outside.
It is windy out here.
Yeah, they're going fast. It's a train.
They're going... Timmy just kind of closes the door. All right, we only got a couple of these carts to go through. I think we have the dining cart. And Spec is trying to figure out how much chaos I'm willing to put them through. I don't remember. Eventually we reach the luggage cart. Depends on the time.
Revati's just sounds like a plot thing. Right. He's gonna reach over for the next door. Probably does a little hop to get across.
You get a little clap.
Oh, please. I've done way more difficult platforming than that.
Oh, I'm not denying it, but you still deserve some praise. Listen, I've seen way too many people eat it on trains.
Considering what I know about you, not unsurprising.
Don't worry, it's almost always the same people.
I don't know if that's reassuring, really. He's gonna open the next door.
You enter the next door into the dining cart where it's mostly chill. There's some people eating, they eating and drinking and vibing. It's a lot more calm here. I didn't think of any problems or puzzles.
I think he's just gonna do a quick percepi to look around and see if there's anything out of place.
Well, there is. Now that I can work with.
Okay.
That I can improv off.
Alright. That is a 14.
It is, upon first glance, a completely normal and utterly sane, perfectly lovely and wonderful dining cart.
I love how you say that.
And then...
And then?
You notice there's some things out of place. Specifically, you realize that like half of the counter of stuff is missing.
The birds.
Like the food's missing, some of the drinks are missing.
Like he's gonna lean over to Timmy and he goes, "Is that your work?"
The food, no, that one was the birds.
Yeah,
The
right.
drink, I'm too young. But two things. One, some of them are very flammable. And then two, some of them sell very well. What? These people don't need them. Look at them. They're chill out enough already.
Pointed silence.
What? And he kind of gives an innocent shrug. Man's got to make a living.
How old are you?
18? Yeah, I'm 18.
Interesting.
What?
Oh,
I hate to
nothing.
break it to you. I'm probably one of the most childish 18-year-olds I've met.
You can't just say that right now, buddy. Hang on. I'm grabbing Revati. You can't just say that right now.
Oh?
Yeah, actually, you know what? He would. He'd be a little shit. That's funny. I'm about 100 times older than you. And he is going to move around the dining cart and just look around a bit more.
Timmy got a 19 on that wisdom. He just stares for a second before going, oh. Oh, man, I got... Well, you know what, actually? You're chill. I don't care if you're an old man.
Well, man is kind of pushing it, but...
Okay, I may not be the best at math here, but if I'm 18 and you're like 100 times that, that puts you with 2 zeros in your age. I'm sorry, that makes you an old man. Or miss, or mix, whichever you'd prefer,
Well,
but
I didn't deny old. Man's the part that's pushing it.
ah, old no binary, I see you, I see you.
He's just gonna look around a bit more. I don't know if you have like anything else in this cart.
I did not plan anything. I need you to realize I am flying by the seat of my pants.
I think it would be really funny if Revati grabbed something to snack on while he moves along.
He should. There's a couple of things.
Oh damn, you have no Viney? That's so poggers. Thank you, audience, for reminding me of that.
No baby.
He probably grabs like one of those funny looking sandwiches. I feel like this isn't like that fancy of a train.
No, it isn't. It's probably just like casual, like all the snacks and stuff like that were things that you could probably get over the counter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just grabs like something to snack on and keeps going.
Timmy is following. He has snagged a lollipop and kind of just popped it in his mouth. So, old. I'm gonna roll an intelligence real quick. And Timmy's in. Oh, that's 19. Timmy, why are you rolling high? You're my low roller. I don't trust this.
It's gonna bite you in the ass later.
I know it is. I don't trust this. Timmy consistently is normally like my 5 and 6s. I've had multiple 18s and 19s. I don't trust this. Okay, wait, you're that old. Okay, so I got two options here, okay? Because we're walking, we're talking. You know what? And I like to get to know my business partners. I like to get to know who I'm in stakes with, okay? So you're old.
I'm just helping you get your fireworks back. I'm not helping you sell them to anyone.
But you're still helping part of the process, okay? And I gotta honor the hustle.
All right.
So I gotta know, are you like old in like I witnessed the erasure old? Or are you old in like space old? Or are you old as in I lived outside of Inkwell old and then came back old? Because like there's three different types of old, and depending on which of the three will kind of adjust slightly how cool you are in my brain.
How about a mix of all those?
Impressive. You've managed to not adjust how cool I think you are at all. I'm just as confused as I started. Impressive. Yeah, okay. Listen, like I said, I ain't the one who's going to interrogate you. I'll leave that up to my brothers, but you know what?
I'm pretty much an open book anyway, so he kind of shrugs and like I think he's gonna open the door and go outside.
Timmy follows you and kind of just raises an eyebrow. An open book? Oh gosh. If you just actually answer their questions truthfully, I think they might break. You might destroy an entire economy of detectives.
I've never actually met a detective before.
And you're going to Villestown?
Yep.
Oh, may the gods help you.
Well, detectives help, like, with problems, right? They solve things, right? Or at least they're supposed to.
No, okay, now that part may be true.
See, that's why I'm heading to Villestown.
Oh, you got a problem. I could try and point you in the correct detective. They each got their own speciality. And he kind of stepped over to the next cart as he opens it for Revati.
Yeah, he's gonna step inside and he's just like, I mean, it's not anything. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it like that. I'm just looking for something. That's it.
Missing item. I see. No, that one deals with murders. That one deals with murders. That one deals with murders. That one can deal with murders. I got two detectives in my brain. Keep an eye out for Moria or Minami. Otherwise, you might get involved in a murder case. I will admit that Azumi, Camille, and Tome tend to have those pop up more, but I mean,
so fucking funny.
The other ones. See, here's the thing. Moria takes on all sorts of cases, so you have like an equal chance, but she's old, like you. So you two will get along. You can talk about things like Sudoku or word search or taxes. And then
I have never done taxes before.
Oh, you're awesome. Tax evasion. I like you.
I live in a place where taxes aren't really a... Never mind.
You gotta tell me where this place is. I like it. Anyways, Moria, like I said, old like you. You'll pop it off. Minami, she's a baby. A tiny child. But she's an absolute sweetie. A bit of a pushover, so you won't have to argue very much to get her on your case, but she'll help.
I can't believe you're like roasting people who aren't even here.
This is normal for Timmy. He does this every game he's in.
What stellar reviews you're giving these people you know.
Would lay down my life for any of them. They'd probably do the same for me. Couldn't get a better group of folks. But I won't lie to you about them.
You know what? That's fair. I know what that's like. What card are they in? Are they in like a
I wrote a d20 to see how chaotic it is. It's a 14, so I'm gonna say they're in an exercise cart.
There's just like exercise equipment around?
Yes, I literally just named a random thing that I thought shouldn't exist on trains.
That's so funny. It's not even that far from like I think on a train ride it's not technically not that far from Crowhelm to Villestown.
No, it isn't.
That's so funny. Hang on. All right,
Somebody has to lift. There's that. You see this one like fish tune in the back corner, like I believe it's a shrimp to be specific, lifting weights, and he's just like must look my best.
Fucking Lamau. Alright, he's gonna roll a perception to see if like there's anything else that's like God. He is so average.
I love him. He's gonna fit in so well.
You're telling me a shrimp did these lips? Thank you, audience.
You look around and like all the equipment looks pretty normal. This room looks mostly untouched.
Yeah, I don't think birds would know what to do with like a bunch of exercise equipment.
Exactly.
Maybe there's like a dumbbell out of place.
Yeah, it looks like nobody, even Timmy, has touched this room.
You don't work out a lot?
Oh no, I do, but I'm not gonna mess with exercise equipment. Do you know how many accidents Listen, I may be a menace, but I have standards.
Alright, good.
No, I just replaced all of their Gatorade with jalapeno water.
Oh, that is terrible. Okay.
Listen, I had to do something. I wouldn't be a menace if I didn't do something. Don't worry, don't worry.
Okay, never mind the guy you remind me of. You remind me of his kids, and he's gonna keep going through.
You know, I'll take it. And hey, it works out. I put a little vending machine right next to it. Got nice ice cold water. Plan on checking it out at the end of the ride. It's not a big one. It's hard to carry around a big vending machine in your hammer space. And he's just following you, kind of rambling. But I was able to fit about 5 water bottles in it. Normally I'd run a stand, but a short ride, not worth the time.
I can't remember the XP name right off the bat, but it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. He's not gonna say it out loud.
Hold you. Timmy's following you as we open the door again and go and step out. So, old, heading to Villestown, missing something. Already warned you about the detectives. You don't have any valuables on you, right?
He pats himself down. He kind of gives you a questioning look.
Timmy opens the door. Don't worry, I don't plan on robbing you. You're helping me right now. But Villestown also has a lot of thieves. We have to equal out the detective rate morally.
Oh, right, like narrative foil or something.
Yeah. I think we have a pretty sweet ratio of one detective per thief.
And are they just like regular thieves or?
I am. My brother is. The rest are phantom thieves, though.
Oh, exciting.
I know. If you really are interested, I could help. I could sell you some tickets to some front row seats for one of their heists.
No, I'm good.
All right, but if you're ever interested, I can get you some good seats.
He kind of does this. How tall is Timmy?
Timmy is, I believe. How tall is Jubilee again, Gallery? 6'5". Timmy is 6'4".
God, that's hilarious. You know how tall Revati is?
How tall?
5'3".
This kid is literally a foot taller than you right now.
Yeah, so he can't do what I was thinking of, which was like putting a hand on top of his head and be like, no, I'm good.
Calm, child, calm.
Oh god, that's really funny. He's just... I knew a thief once. Try to sell us our stuff back.
Now that's a hustle I hadn't considered.
Are you gonna really stoop that low?
Oh, no. Not with normal people. My brothers, easily. But not with normal people. Listen. It's enrichment for them.
Alright, if you say so.
I wouldn't ever do anything that actually upsets them, okay? I got a heart down here. And he taps his chest. There's one there. Don't worry.
He's gonna go through to the next cart.
I think this cart might finally be the luggage cart just because I'm straight up running out of ideas for carts.
That's fair.
Here we are. Home sweet jackpot. Smell that. Do you smell it, Revati?
I smell leather and fabric.
I know. It's the smell of money.
Sorry, that was good. That was a great setup.
I'm glad you're enjoying my chaotic voice.
That was great. I was like, you smell that? I don't actually. That's the smell of money.
Think of everything that they have in these bags.
You're not stealing anything, we're just getting the fireworks.
I'm not. Cross my heart, hope to fly. I won't. But I can't acknowledge it. And I'm just saying, if one of them happens to be left open, well, I'm not to blame. But yeah, let's find those explosives first.
He's gonna do another perception.
Yee. So just rolled investigation.
Oh, investigation?
I did.
Oh.
You can roll Percept because it's Percept or investigation. Would you like to know what Timmy just got?
What do you get?
A nat 1.
Fucking Lamau.
He got distracted by the first suitcase he saw and started trying to pick it.
Revati leans over and just like... He's not tall enough to scruff him, but he kind of like, grabs him by the back and be like, no, don't do that.
But listen.
We're looking for fireworks.
Yeah. How do you know? Maybe I put him in the suitcase. Maybe we should check just in case.
Looks at him.
Fine. No, I remember I put him between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
What? He blinks at you innocently.
And he's gonna, like, gently nudge you out away from that luggage.
I'm going. All right. Revati, what do you see with that Persepi? You see so much luggage. It's stacked in beautiful piles. Mostly, there are a lot that's been knocked over, covered in feathers. There's a cage swung wide open. There is chaos everywhere. There is a bunch of things. There are things wrapped up in cloth. There are things that are laying on the ground. There's papers, there's clothes.
God, he handed me a really funny line.
Oh?
He's just like, are you partial to animals?
I actually do get along with them great.
So, ranger or druid?
I am a ranger.
That checks out.
Oh, thanks. I'll admit it's not always my best work. Not exactly the wisest. But I'm pretty good in my own right, if I do say so myself. Also, can talk with animals, that helps.
I'm starting to see why you let the geese out.
There's so much. You should have heard their cry for freedom, Revati. Who am I to deny them?
Okay.
Who am I to deny them the freedom which they crave, which they deserve?
He's gonna keep looking around.
Do you want to know where it is?
Where is it?
You find them like squished between that giant piece that is wrapped up in white cloth and the metal wall of the train cart.
Is the wrapped up thing a rock?
It's a giant gemstone. I've been waiting for the setup so long.
Huh. Rock in a hard place.
What, did you think I was kidding?
Maybe just a little bit.
Ah, no. I put it there because nobody would think to look there. Especially kept saying, "Don't, guys, stop putting me in a rock between a rock and a hard place." Like, it's so obvious. Whenever you do things that are obvious, people never think to do them. There's so much 4D chessing around here. Very annoying. Now 5D chessing I can get behind, but 4D chessing, nah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've never played 4D or 5D chess?
I played dragon chess.
Ah. See, that's your problem. You haven't played 4D or 5D chess. Here you go. Once we get to Villestown, I'll make sure to teach you a nice game. It's real fun.
Right. He's gonna pick up the fireworks.
Look at those beauties!
Don't
Revati,
set them
these things
off.
are highly flammable. You can sense it. You look at them and you can tell that these things could light up the entire night sky if they wanted to.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
Revati has seen fireworks up close and used in battle before.
Roddy voice, these kind.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. And Timmy just gently takes them and starts placing kisses on them. My lovelies, my beauties.
Don't set them off on the train, okay?
I'm not. I'm not the brother who makes trains explode.
That says a lot about your brother, and I haven't met them yet. Ouch! To quote the audience, ouch!
I need a moment. Oh, don't worry. They're absolute sweeties. To be honest, I think you'll like them. Personally, you remind me of the youngest.
The youngest?
Name's Camille. Absolute sweetie. Eh, bit too much of a good person for their own good, willing to help out anyone. Has a moral code, but will ignore it for the sake of others. And then there's Jubilee. That's the one that these belong to. I pick on him a lot. He's my closest. But, he'll do anything for you. Always lay down a life. Highly recommend talking to him, especially if you like music. Best songwriter there is. Also a really good talker. And then, of course, there's Arata. Absolute amazing cook. The only person in our entire house, I think, who could actually feed us half of these days. Leo technically can feed us, but he's better on the drinks end. Arata's cooking. Mm. And then, of course, like I said, Leo, he works at a cafe, so like his drinks are top notch. A little bit of a crybaby, but that's because he's probably the best in touch with emotions out of all of us. Literally, if you have a problem you can't figure out, go to him. He will talk to you about it. He's not detective kind of solve problems, but if it's like an emotional one, he's normally pretty good. Plus, he's not afraid to punch you if you're not being smart about it. And then there's Izumi. He's a detective too. It's a bit of a stick up him all the time, but I can't blame him. Harsh, mean, but you won't find somebody else.
I feel like as Timmy's rambling, they're heading back the way they came.
Yeah.
But like, Revati is like listening intently, like the entire time he's rambling.
Timmy's just going off. He's like, and then there's Izumi who, listen, I'll admit, I don't get along with him the best, but to be honest, I think the guy just needs a hug, really. And that's just my direct brothers. There's a lot of other people in Villestown you'll like. Like I said, there's Minami, bit of a pushover, but she's the sweetest person you'll run into. You got Moria. Can trust that lady with just about anything. She's seen just about everything. There's all sorts of play people. Without Reed, I haven't personally met him, but I've heard not only is he a good cook, but he's a loyal soul as well. There's a lot of people. Recently heard some people talk about this guy named Phineas. I haven't got to meet him. Want to. Heard he's chaotic. Like a little bit of chaos. Absolutely loves studying things. Just like you. He's got a book like you do, supposedly. Listen, I think you'll like it here.
Well, thanks. That's a glowing review.
Timmy kind of shrugs. Listen, I'll give this place a hard time, but I gotta hype it up when I can. Plus, hey, you proved to be real useful today, and I don't want this to be the last I see of you, this train ride.
I mean, I'll be around for a bit.
Perfect.
You see, like I said, it's my first time on the train ride, but it's also technically my first time in Inkwell.
Well, that answers part of my question earlier. Well, welcome to Inkwell. If you need any guides, just let me know. I know different people in different cities. I personally am from Crowhelm, so is Jubilee. I've got some people who know Toontown by heart. If you want a little bit more chaotic main character syndrome, Toontown's going to be your best bet.
Okay.
I know people who go outside of Toontown who go to the areas near it. I got people all over. I got connections everywhere.
It's good to have connections. You gotta have friends.
Exactly. You got friends here yet?
You can say that. I've got, let's see, I've met a few people in Toontown when I was still there, but most of my friends are back in Fruit Country.
Fruit Country?
You want to roll a history? It is not a difficult
he
one.
Is. He is.
It's not a
That's a 19.
Hey, Timmy?
Mm-hmm.
Fruit Country is fucking famous.
Fruit Country, wherever. Fruit Country?
Yep.
You didn't tell me we had a star here.
Well, probably not the star you're talking about, but I'm not really a celebrity.
Ah, still, you're from Fruit Country. Gonna have to ask you all these questions. Nope. Here I go. 1 second. And he reaches into his hammer space. And let me roll my dice. Yep, that works. And he pulls out a little card and a pen. He just quickly scribbles a number on it. Here's my plot device. You and I are absolutely going to have to talk more.
What's a plot device?
You don't. Okay. What? I'm about to teach you this really cool magical thing here, Revati. You ready for this?
All right.
I want you to reach into your hammer space and just pull.
Okay, give me a second. He looks at you dubiously, but then he's just gonna, like, do that. I'm gonna roll a d10.
This would be really funny if he failed.
No, that was a 10 on the dice. Okay. He pulls out a fucking plot device. He's like, what is this?
That, my good friend, is a plot device. It's how you can contact me whenever I'm far away. Here. And he kind of reaches over and types a message. And then he holds up his own and shows that it pops up. And then I can do this. And he types his own message to Revati, and it's a :D smiley face.
Interesting.
All exactly. Right. We'll be able to talk whenever you need.
Let me guess. Whenever the plot says I can?
Normally, but you know what? If you really want to, you could just do it casually.
Right. Okay. That is really
I understand it's a little hard for old timers like you to get, but you got this.
He kind of gives you a face.
What? You're old. I say this both with respect and teasing.
You let a kid know you're 2,000 years old one time. And he's
2,000? Oh, you think I'm bad. Ooh. You're gonna be bullied so much for that. You're old!
I think I
like
can...
dirt!
I'm not older than the planet, Timmy. I'm just old.
Well, yeah, but you're still old. Which is, like, cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool that you've lived this long. You have all these stories and things to do, but, like, old!
I can handle a little
Tell
teasing.
me.
I can handle it from Dowser. I can handle it from anyone else.
Can I roll a history on that?
Yes. It's not that difficult.
That's a 3.
Hey, Dowser?
Timmy blinks. You know Dowser? Like, icon. And, like, he snaps his fingers back and forth. The one who slays.
King of the Capos? Yeah. He does fucking slay. Thank you, audience. I've actually known him for a while now.
Timmy's just staring at you, jaw open.
I mean, look, and he's gonna put the plot device back into his hammer space, and he's going to pull something back out of it. Give me a second. It's a 6 on the hammer space roll, and he pulls out a little picture. It's a group photo, and he's gonna show it to Timmy. Does he look over?
Yeah.
All right. This picture is actually decently aged, I guess you could say. It's like a Polaroid picture. And you can see a date in the corner. I'm not going to give like an exact date, but it's about 30 years ago, give or take. So not only do you see Revati and Dowser, you see Marion Marcuscio and Princess Amanita, as well as a 5th person who you don't really recognize, but is also joining in on the posing.
Oh my gods. Okay. All right. My good friend here. Okay?
He's gonna tuck the picture back into his hat.
A couple of things. One, that's cool as shit. Two, wow. Three, wow. And four, be careful who you show that around. Like I said, we got a good number of thieves in my hometown here.
I keep this thing on me all the time. Don't worry.
All right. Well, sweet. Look at that. Sheesh. I didn't know I was going to sit down to someone as popular as you.
I'm not really that popular.
Still. I mean, yeah. Okay, sure. You're not the popular one. You're related to people who are popular. I get it. But, like, it still makes you pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, wasn't a degrading statement. I'm just not that sociable, I suppose.
Ah, an introvert.
You could say that.
Yeah, mean to me. That's the one you're going to do better with. I can sense it already. What? Just like you. Introverted.
You're a book nerd?
And a book. Oh my gosh. Every time she comes over to our house, there's a new book. How does someone read that much?
Well,
I mean, good for her, but still.
I mean, it's pretty easy. You know, you just kind of pick up the book and open the first page.
Yeah, but that's so hard because you pick up the book and the little letters start swirling and suddenly you're asleep.
Do you have trouble focusing, Timmy?
Is that obvious?
Very.
Oh, yeah.
You should probably get that checked.
It's fine.
Sorry, Revati diagnosed him as ADHD. Oh, God. Fucking God. Anyway. They're probably back at their seats now, or at least Revati's back at the seat, and he's just like... So, definitely legitimate, train ticker, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, and he pulls it out, and it is an actual train ticket.
Alright.
I will admit I got cheaper than usual, but still train ticket.
Right. He kind of like shakes his head almost like affectionately at that, like, oh, you.
Congratulations, Revati. You met one of the most chaotic people of Villestown in a different sense than others.
He's cool with this. He's from fruit country.
Yeah, he's used to this. Listen. Well, it's a train ticket, that's all that matters. I mean, I could have just snuck on, but these people are just doing their jobs, and who am I to deny them money?
Oh, yeah, so your standards, huh?
Yeah. Listen, I may be a scam artist, but I'm at least a scam artist who gives back. I can't scam people if they don't have money for me to scam. I'm just adding a little bit of extra trickle to the economy, you know?
Sorry, Revati just handed me trickle-down economics didn't work. And I had to, like, keep everything in me just to not say that in character.
I love him.
Oh my god. I think he would say that, actually. Thank you, audience. He just goes, oh, where would the economy be with, if not for scam artists?
Exactly! I keep those hoity-toities on their toes, and I give the detective some enrichment. I'm doing it for a greater cause, don't you know?
A sustainable ecosystem, I'm very sure.
Exactly!
Thank you, audience. In the same tone as Reagan, Gisnep.
I'm sorry, I just saw that. When I saw that, I lost it.
That was good. That was really good. Thank you for that. I don't really have much more. Actually, I think it would be really funny.
Oh?
I'm probably gonna regret asking you, but considering that it took like most of my gold to get this ticket in the first place, you wouldn't happen to know anywhere where I can get like that's looking for a little help in Villestown?
Help in Villestown? Well, of course we always have, the detective agency. But I don't know if you want to get mixed up with all that nonsense. Then there is the bakeries or the tavern. I mean, you can work in food and beverage. Those places are almost always willing to accept new people.
I feel like as he's like rambling, we have the scene kind of like zoom out of the train.
Yeah. And of course there's me. I can always get you some money.
No.
And like no. Oh, you ruined me, Revati. You ruined me. But Timmy will give him a wide variety of either places he can work more permanently or odd jobs.
Mm-hmm. I think he's more so looking for odd jobs for because he's not planning to stay for very long. But yeah.
In that case, you go.
I think it's a good place to end off.
Handshake. Thank you so much for doing this FPS with me.
Thank you so much for playing with me.
I love Revati. He's so good.
And I love Timmy. He's so fucking funny. And thank you, everybody, for listening in, both now and in the future. We are going to bid you all a good time zone. Bye!